Me so far in their initial games. Assassin, of course, playing the Doomfist against Vancouver Titans. We really saw him came to life. This is a guy for whom sky is the limit. I mean, this guy is so talented on DPS heroes, and he's going to be vital for the Washington Justice this season. Against the Vancouver Titans, we saw him play the Doomfist. We saw him have huge amounts of impact. And I'm not just talking about the punches. I'm talking about the script in the game itself. Then Mag against the Dallas Fuel. That matchup, we already talked extensively about it. Fearless was incredible on Winston, but Mag matched him. 15 Primal Rage kills on that Icon Balder map. He was crucial for their win, against one of the best teams in the league. So, Assassin and Mag, if they can continue to play like this again, alongside the likes of Fury and Decay, Washington Justice are going to continue to be a force to be reckoned with. So watch out for those guys.
Absolutely. I mean, I was super impressed with what we saw so far from Mag. I did predict him to be the Rookie of the Year, so right now he's on a very good path to do just that. And if you're wondering what I'm doing over here, Nori needs scratching, and he's been very demanding.
Oh, of course.
So I'm,
Lord Nori.
I'm touching a cat's belly. Speaking of cat's belly, that's my transition over to our casting team. You know, sometimes it be like that. That's right. We do have our second match of the day coming up. It's going to be the Washington Justice and the Boston Uprising facing off against each other. Here, everyone on the desk thought that Washington Justice got that one in the bag. Any different opinions, maybe from our casting duo?
The cat's belly
just
part,
cat's
Josh.
belly.
Yeah,
sure.
That's weird.
What is up, Washington Justice family? Welcome to the official co-stream of your Washington Justice. My name is Fiasco. I am joined by Courtside King. We're all family here, so you can call me John. You call him Joey as well. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in for this early edition of Washington Justice Overwatch. Joey, I'm super pumped. We're 2-0. Coming into week 3, day 1. It's a short day today. One game prior as Atlanta just absolutely swept the floor with Paris. 3-0 in that early matchup. But now the Justice have a chance to clinch a spot in the May Melee with a win today over Boston. But first, let's just take a quick recap of what we saw last week. Justice going 3-1 over both the Dallas Fuel and the Vancouver Titans. and we're currently sitting in second place. So far, so good. That's a great start to the season.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Dallas Fuel being one of the better teams in the league right now as well. The Justice going right up to them, taking that 3-1 victory, looking very good doing it. So as Justice fans, we're in a really good spot right now, John.
Absolutely. So you heard about a little bit there on Watchpoint there. Mag and Assassin getting a lot of love, as they should be. The rookies absolutely popping off for the Washington Justice. That is exactly what we want to see, and they even touched on too. Mag, an early favorite for Rookie of the Year. Mag is absolutely popping off. We have one of the best tank lines in the entire league, and Mag is a big key to that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Mag, as a rookie coming in, extremely talented, but also paired up with Fury, who's a veteran of the league. He's been around for quite a while, champion as well. He knows his stuff, and to pair those two together, you have potentially the best rookie, one of the best veteran tanks as well, all paired together for what could be one of the best lines throughout tanks in all of Overwatch League.
All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at who we're facing today. It is Boston Uprising, the 0-2 Boston Uprising, and if I may poke a little bit more fun at them, they have yet to win a single map this season, going 0-3 in every single series so far. Boston, kind of a shell of their former self. A lot of their fans still living in the past, but we won't bring that up for them too much here. Season 1 was a decent year for them, but here in the current season, off to a very, very slow start, struggling with the current meta. So the Washington Justice have a really great opportunity not only to clinch a spot in the May Melee, but also put themselves in good position to lock in that second seed for the May Melee behind the Houston Outlaws.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're a Justice fan, you obviously want to win here, and this is a good opportunity to do so. On top of that, John, we have Jerry going back to his old team as well, getting that rematch potential in here. We saw it earlier with Decay up against the Fuel. Closer was a member of the Fuel as well. So coming in there, going up against that former team, sometimes you get some extra emotions with that. We might have that today as well with Jerry starting.
Jerry in the starting lineup. Revenge is best served hot, and Jerry is here to bring the pain to Boston after Boston make one of their numerous bad decisions by dropping Jerry. But hey, their loss is our gain, and we are super happy to have Jerry on the roster. As you can see, our starting lineup there: Decay, Jerry, Mag, Fury, Closer, and Bebe, who is, as we're being told, getting a drink of water real quick. Currently, will be back to his seat here in just a few moments. For the Boston Uprising, the 0-2 Boston Uprising, struggling again here early in the season. Looking for their first win, their first map win. A lot on the line as well. They're technically still alive, only being 0-2, but a lot going against them. They haven't been technically eliminated from the May Melee as of yet, as Vancouver is the only one with that honor so far.
I mean, honor's one way to put it.
Definitely the honor there. Bebe getting the headshot treatment. Busan, Volskaya, Kings Row, Havana, and Ilios. Our maps today, Busan coming up first. Joey, I do have to say, after last week against Dallas, Hanamura, I'm glad Hanamura is not in the rotation for us today. That map had me sweating out of my mind, especially with that 6-minute hold. I'm going to keep bringing it up because that is just absolutely incredible. When Pre came on to join us in the post-game press conference after that Dallas series, really highlighted the play of this support line that the Justice have. Bebe, just the intelligence and in-game IQ he has in regards to holding his ultimate was such a key factor in these holds, and that goes to show you the mental fortitude of this team. So super, super hyped to see what they can do here on Busan as well.
Yeah, I know you're a little nervous about Hanamura, but overall they look so good on that map, John. Holding B, yes, they gave up A a little bit early, but they also played well there offensively. Again, that defensive hold on B was absolutely phenomenal. Bebe holding the ability to use that, I believe it was the Ana ult at the time, using that nano at just the perfect moments. Justice looked really, really strong on that map.
As we can see there, last meeting, I missed it. It was a quick glance. I looked over for 1 second. It was gone. I think it said it was 3-1 in favor of the Justice.
It was, yeah.
Oh, thank you. Perfect, perfect. Overwatch, put the graphics back up a little bit longer, please. All right, map 1 underway here on Busan. Mag coming out in the Wrecking Ball. Everyone's favorite hamster on point. Just look to secure the point first, looking to hold Boston off. Mag, again, the early season Rookie of the Year favorite, causing chaos already. Stand on Winston, trying to make something happen for Boston, but he's low. He's going to have to go away, and he'll drop. Justice contending on point now with Boston. Unable to get that early hold. It's Punk taking out Decay, but not before Decay can take out the Ana. And Boston will secure the point first.
Yeah, we'll give Boston a little bit of time on the point. You don't want to make him feel too bad too early on, you know, as us Justice fans go. Overall, you see Justice with quite a few ultimates charging up, though. Tracer over there at 71, a couple other people getting close to 70 as well. So we're going to have plenty to contend with here soon.
And just because everything started so quickly, they have a chance to mention this as well. If you are looking to get Overwatch League tokens in-game, make sure you have the main Overwatch League stream up on YouTube as well. Make sure your Blizzard account is connected. Put that tab off to the side, come back, hang out with everyone here at the Washington Justice, and cheer on the Justice to a 3-0 start possibly here with a win over Boston today. See Valentine with the Pulse Bomb ready to go. Nothing coming of it as of yet. Mag on point, looking to try to cap it for the Justice. Valentine applying that pressure. Mag's going to have to back off. A little stalemate here between both teams as Boston looks to hold on.
Yeah, Boston coming out really strong so far, taking Decay down, then they took Closer down, Fury down as well. Fury does have an ultimate up, as does Bebe, though, so they can play around those moving back for a retake here.
So close to possibly capping it. Boston able to get back in time. Now over 70% here on point A for Busan. That early cap starting to pay off for Boston. Washington looking to gain those ults back. Punk has the ult ready to go. Approaching 90%. Justice will have to make a move soon. The double Zarya ult there. It's kind of funny. Both teams getting caught. On the stairwell. Now we're into overtime. One player on point for the Justice, holding on overtime, trying for that cap. Just have Valentine to deal with. Faith now coming down for Boston, looking to push the Justice off the point. And Boston will go on to secure point A here at Busan. Took it from the get-go, and Justice unable to recap the point.
And not the greatest start for us here, Justice fans, but overall, John, I feel like we're going to do okay. It was just 1 point. There's still plenty of points to be captured here. I felt like the Justice got off to a little bit of a slow start there. Boston able to take advantage of it and just hold on from there. Unfortunately, the retake never came through for the Justice. Heading into point 2, though, a little bit of a mental reset here. I think the boys can get it together and take this first point.
Heading over to point B. So Jerry's going to be possibly breaking out that Sombra. Sombra making a big appearance back in week 2, especially in that Dallas series. Decay switching back over to Tracer. Valentine flexing over to the Doomfist as well. See how the Justice play this one off. Valentine not going to last long. Baby will take him out. Mag just starting to shock everyone. Their entire back line down now. No heals for Boston. They'll have to wait. Chance to cap it here early. Mag coming in from behind, jumping down on top of Boston. Starting to shock everyone. Decay taking down 2. Boston will cap it first once again here on point B. Should I say point C? Mag picking up a double kill as well. That will be a cap for the Washington Justice. Only 12% going by for Boston. A strong take there from the Justice, and we're starting to roll. Jar, I was watching chat here pre-game. A couple people putting some predictions in chat. Chat, if you guys have a prediction for the series, go ahead and put it down. I know Joey and I, we're not going to do predictions. We don't want to cast a curse to anyone, but Mag going primal. Everyone is dropping on the side of Boston. Mag is just showing off once again. Decay, Jerry, and Fury all popping off, and Justice will hold on to the point. Now hitting 40%. Now 60%. Ults are starting to be popped. Punk drops down onto the point and picks up a double kill on the Justice, and the Uprising will go ahead and recap, making their climb back up through 15% now. Justice, that's a solid performance there. 71% on that cap. Puts themselves in a great position now, looking to play around Decay, Jerry, and Fury's ult. Closer will have his ult as well for this next teamfight, Bebe as well. So definitely ults in favor of the Washington Justice. The Ryan ult for Boston hits Decay, but Decay is completely fine. Dashing around, taking it to stand, getting behind that shield. Using the pulse bomb, the recall can't get anyone to go. Immortality Field was played for Boston, a solid play, keeping the team alive. Boston through 60% now on point C. Justice looking to make a move again. 3 ultis still in favor of the Justice, only 1 on the side of Boston. And it's a 3-person IMP will take out several other players. Stand will drop. Valentine trying to make something happen on May as well. Justice are looking to recap. Boston now through 91% here on point C. And the Justice will cap it off at a perfect time as well. Still holding on to Fury's ulti. As Valentine switches over to Reaper, we'll have to watch out for that Death Blossom if he's able to get it. There's the ult to hold Boston back. Now 90% for the Justice. Can they hold on? The Pulse Bomb out from Decay once again won't go. Jerry popping off, picks up the double kill onto McCree. The Justice now looking to hold on through overtime. Last seconds ticket away, and the second point on Busan going in favor of the Justice.
Absolutely. Big point there from the Justice. Boston got some ticks on it, but in the end, the Justice able to close that one out. After we saw a dominant 0.1 from Boston, the Justice look like they have bounced back at this point, bringing the fight to them. I mean, Mag overall. Mag was a monster on the Winston in that one. Able to knock them off early on, take that point, and get a nice percentage building up about 71%. And then from there, Boston recap, but Washington was able to get right back on there and finish it off for that second point.
As we load into point 3, go ahead and remind you of our next official co-stream coming up tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern time against Toronto. So make sure you tune in for that as well. Let's go back in game, all tied up at 1 apiece. Jerry coming out on Widowmaker, looking to pop some heads on his former team. Almost takes out Tracer. Decay will finish him off with the melee. Jerry
That's
playing.
a huge pick there on Wrecking Ball as well, taking out one of the tanks very early on. Boston does secure the point up front, but the Justice with a good chance to recap.
Jerry just clicking heads. Only 5% in favor of Boston, and the Justice will cap the point. Jerry is just popping off on his old team. Wonder if this is one of those matches he circled on the Overwatch calendar after he joined the Justice, looking to go back and take it to his former team after spending all of last year with Boston.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, Jerry looked ferocious last week as well, popping heads up against Dallas, taking names as well in every single match in week 2. Playing on the McCree mostly, so it's nice to see a little bit of change of pace here, bring out the Widow as well.
Through 30%, sniping away is Jerry. Valentine trying to play safe, looking for where that Widow is.
Back in the fight.
Hopefully he will not find Jerry. If he does, Jerry might just pop some heads again. Mag in trouble, looking to back off, needs some heals. Will roll off to the side as the Justice continue to take it to Boston. Fury popping heads as well, taking down both the Zenyatta and the Brig. Maybe
they're taking everyone down. Only Faith and Stand 1 still up. Zenyatta coming back up as well, but the Justice roll through once again, now at 64%.
Yeah, Boston really struggling to find their way back on point after that early cap. And again, 3 players almost to their ultis, which would bring the total to 4 for the Justice, along with Decay's Pulse Bomb. Boston only with 1 up. They'll have Zenyatta's ult as well here in a few moments. The Justice looking to hold on to this 3rd point here. It's point B on Busan. And Punk gets caught, and they'll get slammed to the ground, but not enough damage to take him out as of yet. Valentine drops Decay, Mag picking him off, and the Justice will hold on to win map 1 here at Busan.
Yeah, big win for the Justice there, especially after dropping point 1. They couldn't put up a single percentage in that first point, but John, they came back with a vengeance for point B and point C. Overall, really strong performance from the Justice. For Boston, they had quite a few ults to work with at the end there. They popped a number of them. Unfortunately, they were all popped off point, and they were not able to move back on as the Justice continue to hold on for a very solid victory on that final point.
Yeah, gotta feel pretty good there. I love seeing Jerry on Widow, just especially on that last point, just able to play those long-range shots. A lot of teams, unfortunately for Dallas, losing a long-range DPS player right before the season. But a lot of these teams do have that long-range specialist, and Jerry on Widow is one of them, just able to get those sight lines. But also Fury on Sigma just had a day as well. Beautiful ultimates, beautiful positioning, zoning Boston out the entire time was very, very impressive.
The Overwatch League is brought to you by T-Mobile.
Yeah, absolutely. Jerry, a very impressive player. Decay as well, bringing up that Tracer. We saw it last week too. Decay is able just to sprint in very quickly, cause a lot of chaos. It seems like whatever team he's up against ends up turning around to face up against him, and then he's just gone instantly. That's how a good Tracer plays. Decay being one of those best Tracers in the league, getting it done once again alongside this amazing tank line.
So 1-0 after 1 map in Busan. The map winless streak for Boston continues. And again, a win today over Boston will give a berth to the May Melee for the Justice. Then essentially it's going to come down to jockeying for position. That's going to come down to map differential, which so far the Justice are 6-2 in their map differential. Well, with this win, 7-2 in their map differential. So 7 map wins to 2 map losses. Again, going 3-1 to both Dallas and Vancouver last week. So really exciting start here. Now we're going to turn the page here just a little bit. We're going to move away from Busan. We're going to go to Volskaya Industries with all those amazing mechs in the background on point A. So it's going to be, yes, Volskaya, pardon me. Yes. So Joey, what are we looking at here going into map 2? Boston obviously struggling to hold position on the point. Other than that very first point on Busan, they really struggle to maintain possession. So if they're on defense, I'm looking for the Justice to come out and rush onto them. Whether they run a rush comp or a double bubble comp, I see them rushing onto all of these points just because Boston's having a hard time playing defense if they are to control that point. So it'll be interesting to see how Boston comes out to play defense on both of these points.
Absolutely. It seems like for Volskaya, point A usually falls pretty quickly, so I expect that to happen here, especially with as strong as the Justice are, both through that tank line, the supports with their consistent healing, as well as players like Decay up front. With that being said, point B is very hard for teams to capture generally. So regardless if you're toward the top of the standings or the bottom of the standings, point B is usually pretty strong for the defenders. I expect the Justice to cap it here regardless, just having such a talented roster. For the Boston side, going in on the attack, I think it's going to be very tough for that first point even. Even with that point being the easier one of the two to capture, I think the Justice will stand pretty strong. Again, that tank duo is just stellar. Mag, amazing. Potential Rookie of the Year. Fury, amazing veteran. Grand champion. I mean, we're talking about a tank line that will be able to hold probably pretty effectively on that point. Yes, Boston could cap it in the end, but then they have to go to that really tough point B. And as we saw last week on Hanamura, the Justice know how to hold point Bs pretty effectively as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, we'll bring it up. The 6-minute hold on point B, like you said, Joey, was just absolutely fantastic. So feeling pretty confident here going into Volskaya Industries. I'm feeling confident the Justice will be able to... I'm not going to say I'm going to say steamroll. I feel like they're going to steamroll on offense here a little bit, and they're going to be able to hold on defense. They may not be able to hold both points, but I feel like they'll be able to waste that time bank for Boston. I feel like if Boston does take point A with the Justice on defense, that their time bank going into point B is going to be incredibly small. I'm just not seeing it from this Boston Uprising team. They show glimpses of hope, but really when it comes down to defense, I just don't see them being able to hold with the amount of pressure that the Justice put on there, and I don't think they have enough pressure to take it to the Justice on defense as well.
I mean, absolutely. You already saw the answer come out from the Justice. Boston with a very dominant point A, or first point rather, on Busan, and they did very well, but none of that carried over to the second point or the third point. The Justice found an answer. They were conservative with their ultimates. They used them when they needed to, and then they just absolutely bullied on that final point, and I think they carry that momentum into the second map as well.
Absolutely. So the Justice are up in the series 1-0 with the win in Busan. Joe, I'm going to throw it back in game here real quick as they're showing the player power rankings. This is for DPS. Assassin and Decay have both cracked the top 10. Again, this is all according to IBM Watson, that after week 2 finally has the Justice as a top 5 team. Currently 4th in the power rankings overall for the entire league, 2nd in the West. But number 1 in our hearts always, Joey.
Yeah, absolutely. Very talented players on the Justice. We've talked about it before, whether it's the tank or the DPS like we just saw there. This roster is so stacked as far as depth goes. We've already heard it from Pri as well. They're willing to make sacrifices for whatever is best of the team. We've seen star players like Decay even sit out maps before. So the fact that they're so fluid as far as strategies, they're so fluid as far as the ability to work as a team regardless of who or what hero they want to be placed on, what map they'll end up playing. They're willing to listen to the coaches. They're willing to listen to one another. And that's what makes a great team. Yes, you have star players on this team, and there are some very good stars, but generally that teamwork that comes under those stars, the ability to make everything mesh together is what makes this Justice team so explosive.
So you can see here the map leaderboard for the time bank. The record set by the Hunters back in 2019 of 5 minutes and 34 seconds. That is a very quick finish to point A and B here on Volskaya Industries.
I wonder why they're showing us that, John. I wonder what could be coming here. Now, obviously, this is not scripted, but hey, the Justice being a very strong team, Boston being a team that's struggling a little bit, maybe they're kind of eyeing the opportunity here potentially for some kind of record to be set here. We'll have to see what the Justice bring to the table here as we look to get ready to load in.
Joey, can you imagine living in a city with gigantic mechs just walking around? I can't wrap my brain around that just yet.
I mean, here in DC, we have gigantic skyscrapers, not quite mechs, but we're getting there.
Skyscrapers are monuments. I feel like the monuments are taller than anything here.
Yeah, that's true. Very, very true.
Heading into Volskaya Industries, the Justice will attack first. Joey, go ahead and start that steamroll up. That steamroller up. We'll see how quick this goes. Boston comes out onto point A. Let's see what they'll set up at that first choke point, or will they play up a little bit higher? Apparently, Volskaya used to be the best assault map for the Boston Uprising. last year. So that makes me feel good about Jerry on this map, at least, you know, being on that Boston
Yeah,
team.
2 years in a row, it looks like it
Yeah.
was Boston's best. So 2019 and 2020. Let's bring an end to that here in 2021.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see what the Washington Justice can do here. We don't want to give their first map of the season to them here. As Myunbong is taking a nap early on here. Jerry tucked away in the corner looking to run away, but Valentine will get the better of him. Just looking, trying to get to that first choke point. Boston holding pretty strong. Decay dashing around, looking for a possible pick. Trying to harass Stan on Winston a little bit behind the truck. That first choke point. So Washington will regroup, look to push in.
I do like this little bit of a conservative play style coming out here from the Justice. We did see Jerry go down early. The Justice sat back a little bit, waited for the regroup before pushing on. If you only have 5, you're going to be at that disadvantage early on. Might as well sit back. It's still early in the game, and they still have plenty of time to work with as they do start to push back on.
Just under 3 minutes left here in the time bank. Boston, kudos to them so far. Holding the Justice at bay. They have not touched the point as of yet. Jerry, Closer, and Decay will all drop on the side of the Justice. They'll have to go ahead and reset.
Yeah, it seemed like the Justice keep getting stuck in that side room. I think it might be time for a new strategy on that front. Once they're getting in there, it seems like Boston is doing a good job of pinching them. Again, as we mentioned, this was one of Boston's best maps in 2019 and 2020. They're definitely effective at playing it, but the Justice have 2 minutes still to break their shield here today.
Decay with the ultimate ready to go, but can't get back enough. Decay will drop down, being taken out by the Ana for Boston. We'll see how Decay uses that pulse bomb here once he's back up and running. That could be a difference. Fury as well. The Grav ready to go. Along with Mag. This could be a good fight here for the Justice. 3 ults ready to go. Several looking to flank around from the side. Decay now moving on to the point. It's Mag going primal, trying to knock the Boston players around. So starting to make some progress onto point A now. 1 player, 2 players on the point. As they push Boston off, the Grav comes out looking to hold Boston back. Stan looking to make a move. Comes in from behind. And Punk picks up a triple kill onto the Justice before they can hit that first third of point A.
Yeah, it started out really well for the Justice. They ended up pushing them back. They popped Fury's ult as well, pushing everyone and holding them into that staircase. Unfortunately, the damage not there. With the bubbles coming out from Punk and Stan, they weren't able to just get enough damage in there, and the cap did not go through for the Justice. They still have 45 seconds left to work with here to try to pick A up.
Ultimate still in favor of the Justice going into this possible last fight. Still plenty of time, still 30 seconds. 1 solid fight would be enough to cap point A. The spawn advantage is definitely on the side of the Justice. Jerry taking out Ana. Bebe, that heal line for the Washington Justice really coming in clutch in a lot of these fights. That may be the fight that does it. This could be it right
here. 2 crucial kills. They push Boston back. They're capping this point here almost through the second part. We are into overtime, so Boston will probably try to contest here one more time.
Almost through that full point. Looks like they might play it back just a little bit. Winston coming in will contest at the very last second. And Strand won't last long, and that will finish it off for point A. Moving on to point B now. 3 minutes in the time bank. Fury and Jerry all popping heads on point A, sending them back to their spawn. Now the Justice are quickly moving to point B, looking to finish this one up.
As they should as well. Boston with a big misplay there. Communication errors coming out as Stand 1 goes in to try to contest A. You had a couple other players standing up there. I believe Myunbong was also taken out. So in the end, they ended up going half and half, and now that leaves point B open for the Justice to go in and start to assemble really their defense here on the second point.
Already making progress. That first third ticked off already. It is going even faster. The Justice popping off and looking for a quick cap here on point B. As Fury just taking everyone out. Trading kills left and right. The Justice won't be able to close it out here, but that is a solid benchmark for point B. Still just under 2 minutes to go. Plenty of time for the Justice to finish this one off.
And that's one of the scariest parts about playing up against this Justice team. This Justice team was struggling to capture point A. Boston makes a mistake, Justice take advantage of it, and then Boston makes another mistake, and Washington just steamrolls it. Gets 2 parts of this 3-point part out of this, taking 2 of those captures, and now looking at the potential for a minute and a half left just to capture this final part.
Closer joined us at the end of the Vancouver game last week. Had a lot of nice things to say about the rookies on this team. Said they're not playing like rookies. They've been in the Overwatch scene for at least a year or 2. But coming into Overwatch League, they are rookies, but they are playing out of their minds so far. So you have to be happy with the youngsters on this team. Stan taking out Baby, but the Justice tried to make it happen with that fight taking place up front. They were almost able to push that tick mark a little bit further, as Mag will go ahead and dispose of several players, slapping everyone around. There's only
Mags Winston is just unreal. Absolutely insane. A little bit of a contest here coming out from Boston, but not enough, John, as we're going to see the Justice cap that one off. Take 2 as well as 35 seconds into the next round.
A solid push. Boston gave them a little bit of a struggle there on defense. Had them held pretty well until the final seconds on point A. And the Justice, after capping point A and that miscommunication from Boston, allowed the Justice to rush point B and almost cap it off instantly once they got there, but Boston able to regroup quickly enough to hold them off. Like you said, Joey, Mag on Winston is just unreal. He's popping everyone, then using his ultimate at the proper time, and just look at this, tossing this Ashe off into the ice chunks of the river in Volskaya. She is going to be cold when she respawns, but Mag just, again, not playing like a rookie, but still has that rookie tag associated with him.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's why he's a Rookie of the Year candidate potentially from a lot of different people in the Overwatch League, and absolutely talented player. So here we did see Boston do a good job defending against the Justice on point A. We'll see if the Justice can translate some of that strategy over and become their own as they have to defend here up against a Boston team that, again, this was their best map in 2019 and 2020. So Boston does know this map pretty effectively.
We'll see how Boston does on the attack. We'll see if that strong defense from the Justice that we saw last week against Dallas will make an appearance again. Jerry with the most accurate shotgun in game, it feels like. Feels more like a sniper rifle sometimes, Joey. Jerry looking to take it to his former team. He dropped down as Boston's trying to push on to the point. Mag holding strong. Stan now looks to make a move. Diving back line on the support. Boston struggling to find their way onto the point. Still sitting at 0.0%, approaching that 3-minute mark. So now make their move onto the point. Stan now pushing up towards that choke point where the Justice spawn is, trying to push them back. Boston unable to hit that first check mark on point A. That'll go ahead and regress back down. Stan pushed really far up. Fury picking up the double kill. Now trying to run away from Stan. Was not meant to be. So now Boston's going to try to push up towards spawn. No, that looks like they'll go ahead and come back. They're not gonna bully the spawn just yet.
No, it looks like they're going to go ahead and start their cap here as you see 4 players moving on, maybe 5 as well. But the Justice starting to get some players back too. I don't know if they're going to have time to contest this as the second tick is getting pretty close.
Justice coming that long way from their spawn. Looking to contest. They have 2/3 of point A already done. And Decay with that pulse bomb waiting for the moment to come in to finish Boston off. Go ahead.
Big stuff from Decay there, taking out Punk, taking out the Ana. Then we see a little bit of a trade back here, but Boston still only at a second tick.
Decay going in. That combination will take Faith out and stand. It's a double kill for Jerry. Decay picking up a double kill as well. The Justice will hold on point A.
That is a giant hold coming out there. It looked like Boston was going to have a good opportunity to take it with 2.5 minutes left versus the Justice that was right around 30 seconds when they started capping that final bit of their point A run. Now they have 1:22 left to defend here. Justice, not too many ultimates on the board, but also for Boston, not too many coming up. You do have Nano for Ana getting close. You have Deadeye coming up for the McCree, but overall, not too many ultimates to work with for either side.
Boston approaching that 1 minute mark left. They have to cap A. Otherwise, they will drop map 2. Statistically, their best map in this game. Sphere gets caught in the grab. Now Punk continuing to assault the point. Boston with 45 seconds left. Punk stuck in the corner. Jerry making his way back. The Justice are there looking to hold. 35 seconds to go. Boston's trying to make a last-second push. They might be able to do it here. 4 players on the point. Contested by Mag dropping in. Fury is there as well, but they will go ahead and cap it off. Just over 3 minutes for them to attack point B. Now the spawn advantage switches over to the Justice. As Fury stuck behind the lines, will pepper him with some bullets from behind.
So about 3 minutes left here for Boston to take a look at capturing this second point. Overall, the Justice able to reset a lot cleaner than Boston was able to, though. We'll see. Ultimates are starting to come up now, so that could be a huge difference maker here at the end.
Yeah, Fury's self-destruct now in play. Just as that happened, got D-Mac. Will have to get back in. Decay with the pulse bomb ready to go. Taking out Punk. Looking for more. Boston getting the first third checked off already for point B. Just under 2.5 minutes to go left to hold. We've seen this Justice team hold for 6 minutes before. You would think that just over 2 minutes should be fairly simple for them, but Boston, again, plays well on this map, and we've seen them play well so far.
Yeah, really good clutch up by the Justice there at the end, though. It looked like Boston was going to end up getting 2 ticks on point B here. They did deny that second tick. It's reset, so only 1 ended up going through. That could be vital here toward the end for the Justice.
DK coming in once again, trying to chase down Valentine. Looking for that back line as well. Sticks the McCree. And 4 players will drop. It's a massive team win for the Justice to hold on point B. And Decay's Tracer once again, the nightmare for Boston.
Yeah, we as Justice fans already know it, but for everyone else in the league, this puts them on watch. Decay is easily one of the best tracers in the league. Just an absolute clinic there, flicking around, able to blink almost perfectly there. Gets the pulse bomb off, gets a kill, gets 2 follow-up kills as well, and absolutely pushes Boston off that point.
Boston's definitely not want to go to sleep tonight. They're going to have those nightmares of Decay. The same kind of nightmares Dallas and Vancouver had last week. Under a minute to go. Only 1 tick on point B for Boston as the Justice are holding strong. The grab catches 4 on the side of the Justice. And Valentine with the 4-person bomb from Valentine. That was an impressive pulse bomb. And that might hurt the Justice here, taking out 4 of the 6 players. They'll have to rush back. Again, spawn advantage for the Justice.
And that combo is absolutely deadly. Comboing up with the Zarya, the pulse bomb finding 4 sends them back to all the way back to the spawn, and it's just going to be tough for them to retake here as you have 4v1 for Boston. It looks like Boston's going to cap, but Justice holding on here. 11 seconds to go.
And they'll go ahead and hit it. It was about 12 seconds. That will round up to a minute. The Justice will go to a minute 24 as well. That was so close, but what an impressive pulse bomb there from Valentine at the end to secure it for the Uprising. We'll have to give him credit where credit's due. It was a very impressive timing on that play, catching 4 Justice players. It looks like Boston will start first here on the attack. They'll have 1 minute to do everything they can there on point A. The Justice looking to hold them on point A. They don't want to give up a quick point A. We saw anything from that first round. The Justice are able to hold it. They did hold it for pretty long here, but take a look here at this impressive 4-person pulse bomb again from Valentine. Plays it off of the Zarya ult, just tosses it in, and that is just deadly.
Yeah, and it was tough. Bebe didn't have an ult up. You already had the rally used from closer, so nothing was really there for the Justice to defend. They were just kind of sitting ducks in that Zarya ult, which unfortunately for them ended up being the cap for Boston, but still plenty of time here as we do head into that second set. 1 minute for Boston to try to find an attack.
We'll see if Boston is able to rush on to that point. Looks like they'll be going double bubble as well with Winston and Zarya once again. Split up the 3-1-2 defense is what I'm going to go ahead and call this if we're going to bring traditional sports into the 3-1-2 defense. Split up here on point A for the Justice. Looking to hold Boston at that checkpoint. Under a minute to go. 40 seconds left.
Yeah, really solid hold so far. You have the Winston already going down. Fury, a nice kill there. Good shielding as well from his Sigma.
Fury trying to do more damage on that stairwell. Has the entire team there. Starts picking them off. Fury, closer, baby. Everyone taking them down in that tight corridor. Not a smart move for Boston.
Not at all. That is a huge move for the Justice. Justice is served on that play and in that hallway, John. Only 8 seconds left for Boston to work with.
Boston struggling to get back. Valentine on the Tracer. May not be able to get there in time. 2 seconds. And they will not get back in time. This is a massive advantage for the Washington Justice. They will barely have to do anything on point A to take this point.
Now, I don't want to make it sound too easy, though, either. I mean, again, Boston's best map in 2019, their best map in 2020. We saw them play effectively here in 2021 earlier on in this particular map set. So we'll see. The Justice do have some more time to work with, about 24 more seconds than Boston had. But overall, Boston's defense was very effective the first time around. It held the Justice for about 2.5 to 3 minutes at the very least. So the Justice do have a tall order ahead of them to try to get that first tech.
They'll have 1:24 to do it. So Boston's going to have to come out and have a repeat of what they did in the first go here on Volskaya, which was hold the Justice at that first choke point. They seemed to do it for quite a long time. It took the Justice almost the entire starting time bank, plus a little bit of overtime in point A to cap that before they rushed onto point B. We'll see how aggressive the Justice come out here. They're not going to have much to do to close this one out.
A little bit of a different defensive comp coming out from Boston. They are going to run that double bubble. We did see Fury as opposed on the Washington Justice running the Sigma instead. So a little bit of a different composition here, and we'll see how it works for them, possibly in the favor of the Justice.
Absolutely. Looks like it's going to be a mirrored matchup here for both teams. Just have to get that first tick mark here on point A, and the Justice will go up 2-0. They have to get through the stingy defense of Boston first. Mag looking to jump towards the bridge. Put the bubble down. Now under a minute to go for the Justice. Already gotten farther than Boston has. He touched the point a little bit. Now Decay looking to go around the backside as well. Looking to bully from behind. And it's starting to tick away. 2 players on point. Jerry and Fury popping off. Jerry with the double kill. Decay taking him out, and that will do it. Map 2 goes to the Washington Justice, and they go on to now lead the series 2-0 after 2 maps.
Absolutely. Let's get some GGs in chat. Justice was served there on Volskaya. John, looking absolutely impactful on that second run of it. They had a little tough time getting on point A on their first run of the map, but that second time around, they played very effectively. Again, the double bubble comp not really working out super effective for Boston on that defense, as the Justice absolutely obliterate them there.
And Bebe taking a sip of water, reminding everyone in chat to hydrate. Always good to drink that water. Volskaya is correct, although that one was a little bit closer than I would have liked. I would like that taken care of in just one go of Volskaya, but I'll take 2 goes. That's fine as well.
And no records broken on that one in particular, but hey, again, this was Boston's best map last year. Now the Justice have come out. They beat them on their best map. They're looking good. They looked very fluid, and we saw already that they learned from their first run. They had a very tough time with point A on that first run. Coming out the second time, the Justice just steamrolled them. Decay got an early kill, and they just moved on to point very quickly, capturing it with plenty of time left in that bank.
Absolutely. Joey, if I had to give someone an MVP of that map, I'd give the Pulse Bomb of Tracer an MVP on that map. We saw Decay and Valentine with the Pulse Bomb. Again, Valentine, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and say it. Like, that was a perfectly timed ult combination there with the Zarya. It was just... That was dirty. It was painful to watch as a Justice fan. But hey, you know, Boston gets lucky from time to time, so I'm not going to be too worried about it. But that was a solid map win. And it's nice to see when the Justice do go up against that adversity. Pardon me. Just going up against a challenging defense like Boston, they're able to come back. Like, we saw them take almost the full time bank there on the first go on point A. It didn't take them quite as long there on the second go, especially when you only have to get the first third of that point cap to win the map. That's what you want to see. You want to see this team able to build on these point capture maps as well. You know, it's this, you know, what am I trying to say here, Joey? It's nice to see them evolve against a team that specializes on this map, on the attack.
Not only that, but I think going as the Justice, regardless who they're up against, the fact that they struggled a little bit on the first run, they adapted and made a very, very strong bid for that second run. And that just shows how, one, the strategy is changing over time, but 2, how that teamwork continues to develop, not only outside the game, but within the game as well. It's just, I love watching this team, and it's just, again, that selfless nature, the ability to play different heroes regardless of the situation. Maybe it's not their favorite hero. Maybe they're feeling like that hero is not as strong in the meta. They continue to adapt, though. We saw adaptations once again coming out here. A very strong take of point A after a very rough first take of point A. So they're showing us, again, the adaptations are there. This is a strong team. They're one of the best in the league, potentially, especially with the depth coming out. Now looking into this third map, though, do you think we see any kind of substitution like we typically do for the Justice on a map 3?
You know, they might. They might do this, but I think you touched on it here at the beginning of the show. Map differential is going to be key, not just qualifying for the May Melee, but you need that position. You want to be that second seed in the West going into the May Melee. So you want to try to close this out in as few maps as possible. I personally would kind of roll with this current lineup. I think they've been playing very, very well going into a hybrid map here on Kings Row. I think they're set up for success here. That first point with Jerry, long-range DPS specialist, coming in here, I think he's going to be set and good to go. Lots of long sight lines on Kings Row as well, approaching that second point once you start pushing the cart. So I think the lineup they currently have from Volskaya, they should keep here going into Kings Row.
Yeah, I think it's very possible. Just based on the other trends we've seen, they typically make some kind of substitution going into map 3. As you said, though, we're coming up on the particular May Melee tournament. It could be one of those chances where they just try to push forward and get as many points as possible here. At the same point, it would not surprise me to see some kind of substitution either.
Absolutely. So before we head on into that next match here at map number 3, just a reminder that the next official Justice co-stream will be tomorrow, Friday the 30th, 6 p.m. start time here for your Washington Justice as they go on to take on the Toronto Defiant. We'll be playing against our friends up to the north. We'll see if they can close this week out on a positive note before that May Melee.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's all about momentum here as well, John. So part of it is just continuing to synergize as a team. You start out 2-0 after that week 2 weekend, coming in here, looking strong against Boston so far, looking to close this series out. A win against the Defiant would also make you 4-0. So not only are you getting better standings based on that in the Melee tournament, but also you're starting to feel good. You're getting that morale building up, and that's definitely the momentum you want to take into a tournament like that.
Absolutely. So, like Extra Barbecue was saying there early on in chat, Volskaya Industry, one of his favorite maps. Now we're going to be going to one of my favorite maps, Joey, and that is going to be Kings Row, the hybrid map, as the Justice lead the Boston Uprising 2-0, looking to close this one out in a solid 3 maps in a row. Can hear it is day 1 of week 3 of the Overwatch League, and there is that substitution.
And
Assassin
it does look like we have
Jerry.
one of those subs coming in. Again, the Justice sticking with that trend. It's going to be Assassin subbing in for Jerry.
All right, the Justice now heading into Kings Row. Again, looking to close it out. Boston Uprising still have yet to win a map this entire season. The Justice looking to keep that trend going. They don't want to drop map 3. They want to continue the 0-3 roll that the Boston Uprising has been getting done to them. Just absolutely getting steamrolled by everyone they play up against. The Justice, the 3rd best time bank on this map coming last year. 441 in the time bank going up against San Francisco. Needless to say, I would probably say that the Justice is kind of like Kings Row as well.
Boston as well, look at that. Only 6 seconds behind that record set by the Justice, or rather, that might have been the Eternal up against Boston, actually. So Boston maybe not doing so well on this map, while the Justice looking quite good on it last year in 2020. Overall, John, so you talked about this being one of your favorite maps, and I'm just curious, why is Kings Row one of those maps that sticks out to you?
You know, it's probably sticks out to me for all the wrong reasons. I love the way it's laid out. I think graphically, I think it looks great. I like the story behind it. I just think it's a very unique hybrid map. A lot of quarters, a lot of sight lines, a lot of high ground. So it allows for a lot of different play style on this map. It's just one of those things where it's like whether you're a bronze player, a diamond player, a platinum player, or a pro, it's just one of those fun maps that just offers so much regardless of your comp going into this map. And as a healer main, I just didn't. It's easier to heal on, I think. Just my opinion. Pretty sure I'll get flamed in chat for being a support player, but it's all good. Can't stay alive unless you get heals. Just gonna throw that out there. Simple as that. And I believe Bebe would be on my side on that one as well. Speaking of Bebe and other players of the Washington Justice, once this series is over, you're going to want to stick around for the post-match press conference. We'll have one of the Justice players join us. We have been hinted at who it might be. Might be Jerry, might be Bebe. We'll find out. It could be one of those two. So you'll definitely want to stay tuned for that post-match interview following the conclusion of this series against Boston, which could come after map 3 here on Kings Row. Assassin coming in on Echo. Looking for that flank. We'll play it from the corridor up top.
Yeah, a bit of a different composition coming out here as well. We are running a double bubble as the Washington Justice. On the side of Boston, opting in for a little bit more of a rush composition.
Assassin looking for that high ground on Echo. Just slowly making their way around that statue, looking for point A. And it is a hybrid map for those who might be new to Overwatch. You cap point A, then you get to play push the cart for the second part of the map. 2 points there on the cart push. Justice now starting to make that push on, but Boston looking to push the Justice back a little bit more towards their spawn. But 2 players are left behind, and they're going to take the first tick mark on point A, and Assassin is now looking to pick more Boston players off as they come back.
Yeah, a really questionable play there by Boston, in my opinion. They pushed up for 1 player. We saw the Hanzo jumping around from Decay, and yes, Decay is great, but then you end up leaving your point wide open. The Justice able to get that first tick off of it.
Mag and Bebe will drop. Closer will fall right behind. Boston will hold back on defense now. Still just a little over 2 minutes left here for the Justice to try to take point A. There's one thing that we learned from that last map is Boston is very good at holding that choke point. The Justice taking a little bit of time here as well. But on the side of the ultimates here, 2 currently active for the Justice. Mag and Fury should have their ultimates here momentarily as well. Deadeye coming out for McCree. Doesn't pick anyone off. Stan's about to have his ultimate on Reinhardt as well. Ult management critical. Decay picks
that ult by Decay really good. They're taking quite a bit of damage off of the side of Boston. Also able to move in a little bit, but some ults coming out to counter too.
Valentine on Doomfist popping off, taking down Bebe. So Justice will have to go ahead and reset his closer. We're going to res Decay. Trying to be a little bit more aggressive with just a little over a minute left here on point A. 1 tick secured. So they're going to push more. Fury's grab is ready to go. He's waiting for the right time to play it. Looking to push onto the point. Mag ready to go as well. Looking to hop on that point, but Mag will drop down. It's McCree taking him out.
They were in a similar position back on Volskaya as well for point A, having a little bit of a struggle getting down to around that 30-second mark before capping. We'll see if they can make it happen twice here, trying to take this first point here on King's Row.
And Valentine playing a little hide-and-go-seek, but Winston found him. Mag just playing off to the side there, not trying to put pressure on. The Justice are looking to go on what could be one of their final attacks here on point A. And Mag diving back line, using the bubble to get rid of that ult from McCree. Now going primal, but gets taken out. McCree being patient. Now the Justice on the point, trying to hold on. Assassin cloning Doomfist, using that ult. Now the Dragon's coming out as well. They have 2 ticks down on point A, and Assassin will get pinned. But that might be enough to get that point. It will be. No! Faith able to jump on, but he's not going to last long. Took the entire time bait, Joey, but my goodness, point A secured.
Ah, man, it's making me a little nervous with some of these ends here. The Justice being so strong, but waiting until the last 30 seconds now twice to capture a point. First on Volskaya, now here on King's Road. They get the job done, though, John. And if it's anything like Volskaya, they were able to roll after that first capture. We'll see if they can do it here again on King's Row, as they do switch up composition a little bit, switching Mag over to that Reinhardt.
All right, let's push a cart around these corners of King's Row. Okay, looking for that high ground, taking out the immortality field. Just raining
and that
arrows
was Faith
from above.
Lucio ult being popped there as well. That's a big ult going down for Boston.
Decay unable to hold on. Punk has self-destruct ready to go. As Boston's looking to hold on. The Justice still have a little ways away to go for that first checkpoint here on the cart push. Mag and Bebe returning back to the cart along with Assassin. Assassin on the May now. Joe, you saw May's new skin, right?
I did.
Not too bad. I like it. Little
yeah, it's
MMA.
very unique and very different from some of the stuff we've seen before, for sure.
Very, very different. I'll definitely give them that. Blizzard coming, thinking out of the box on that skin for May. As Imp picks up a triple kill. My goodness. Just popping off. And that's not good for the Justice. That's going to be a team wipe in favor of Boston. Under a minute to go. Still plenty of time to try to push this cart. Just have to get around one more corner. They'll get a little bit more time back in their bank.
Absolutely, but if the original capture taught us anything, John, it's that even with 30 seconds left, the Justice can still make it happen, finding plays of the game all over the place. We'll see if they can continue this cart roll as we're down to 26 seconds.
Decay is ready with his ultimate, looking for that play, gets them all, looking for that all group up moment for Boston to unleash. Those dragons onto Boston won't happen yet. 3 ultis on the side of the Justice. Hanzo, Mei, and Zarya with the ults. It would be a good opportunity to combo these up for that final push. It is in overtime right now. The Blizzard is out. The Dragons are out. The Immortality field is down for the Justice. Looking to hold on. Decay picking up a double kill with that ult. And McCree picking up a double as well. The Justice in overtime having to stay on the cart. Boston's strong defense coming out once again. That will force the Justice off. And they're unable to push the cart to the first point. But fear not. I trust in the Justice defense. I feel like they should be able to hold and keep Boston mapless in their records so far.
Yeah, a distance of just over 75 meters there coming out for the Justice. That miracle cap on point A. Then a nice little push here at the end, but in the end, the McCree for Boston just absolutely popping off, getting a lot of big kills. The Justice having a hard time dealing with that. Similar to what we saw at one point with Dallas Fuel and the Sombra. It seemed like it took them a little while to find an answer, but they eventually did. We'll see if that answer comes out here on the defensive side as they now switch over to defend on Kings Row.
Again, the Justice can close this out in 3 maps if they're able to hold. So we take a look at the play here at the end of last round after Decay's double kill. The Deadeye coming out. And that was enough to push the Justice off the cart. Now the Justice looking to set up that defense. Here once again, as Boston switches to the offensive side. Their best chance to hold will be here at point A. But again, spawn advantage on the side of Boston. The Justice will have a long way to run to get back to point A.
Yeah, it looks like both sides are going to pull out the Sigma this time around. A little bit of a change from the first time run.
Valentine back on the Doomfist as well. Assassin's going to stay on Mei. Boston looks to come around from the side, jumping onto the high ground, challenging the Justice from behind. So playing a little bit of a split push right now, trying to bully the Justice off the high ground, but also sending a couple on the low ground to try to get a third off, but Decay is able to drop down and push them off as well. Decay poking from behind. Mag on the point with Ryan swinging that hammer of justice around, trying to get Boston off the point. Gets stunned and will fall. But Boston will be dropping as well. It's Assassin picking up the double kill on Mei. Fury and Bebe popping off as well, and that's going to push Boston back.
Yeah, lots of trades coming out there, but in the end, the Justice get the best trades out of them because they end up with 3 unanswered toward the end. A big hold there for the Justice. 2:35 left to go. Boston yet to hit a single tick.
So far, the defense for the Justice has been solid. We'll see what Boston tries to throw at him. This time, the Mei Ice Wall is up. Assassin Decay picking up the double kill once again. Decay having a day again, just popping heads on the side of Boston. Already has the ultimate back up and ready to go.
And the clock just keeps ticking down. Boston under 2 minutes left to go here. The Justice holding very effectively so far. We see a number of ultimates coming up as well. Only the 2 supports without their ultimates at the moment.
Now Decay looking from that high ground. 4 ults on the side of the Justice. Only 2 on the side of the Uprising. That Sigma is about to have his ultimate as well as Hanzo and Doomfist. Fury's ult is placed down, and the Dragons do come out against Boston. Unable to get anything there, but that's going to hold them off the point for just a little bit longer. Under 1:30 to go left here on defense.
This Hanzo ult could be disruptive, though, coming out here, pushing the Justice back, not getting it killed, though. Mag dropping low, but getting the healing that's needed. Bebe does fall.
The Immortality field for the Justice as well helps out quite a bit. Mag knocks one player down, will pin the opposing Reinhardt. Mag and Assassin and Fury all picking up kills. Fury taking down the Immortality field. It's a big, big play there on that team win. As Valentine will use the ult to get out of danger to regroup.
You love to see it. All those critics out there saying Mag can only play Winston well through that second week. Well, hey, this Reinhardt coming out and popping off here as well on this defense. Only 35 seconds left for Boston. They only have one tick at the moment.
Stan's ult misses. May uses the ice block. Boston with under 30 seconds looking for that second tick. Not quite there yet. Hanzo is low. They'll get the second tick. The Justice trying to hold on, trading kills back and forth. Fury and Mag are down for the Justice, and that will give Boston point A. Now they will go into cart pushing mode. They have 75.64 meters to go. If they are looking for their first map win here of the season, the Justice have just under 2.5 minutes to try to hold them back.
2.5 minutes, but some ults coming up as well. Fury has an ult ready. Mag's getting very close at 96%. The rest of them right around 60%. On the side of Boston, it looks like Hanzo has an ult up, but other than that, everyone else quite a bit away.
The Maywall coming down disrupts Boston just a bit, but that cart is still moving. Stan getting knocked around. The Immortality Shield saving him. The Justice are looking to push Boston back. That cart not moving as of right now, but is very, very close to where they need to push it. The Justice need to hold them off. The Dragons come out. Will force them off the cart for now, but it's going to round the corner. Not too far to go, and Boston will win their first map of the season. That will come against the Justice, but they're still behind 2-1 in the series. They take King's Row just by pushing the cart 0.01 meter farther than the Justice did, but a win's a win for them. So 2-1 the series, which means we'll go to map 4, which is an escort map. And I can't even read my own handwriting. Joey, which map are we heading to next?
I do not have which map we're heading to next. But I'm hoping we're heading to a 3-1 victory here. The Justice do drop this one. Im's McCree was absolutely phenomenal there. On defense especially, it really held the Justice back. A number of great Deadeyes coming out, a number of very effective shots in general. So I think that was the big difference maker here overall. Mag coming out and showing that he can play a very effective Reinhardt. Unfortunately, not pulling up the win here, but getting a number of kills and some very effective shielding as well.
Absolutely. So it's Havana is going to be the next map. I figured out my handwriting. It is Havana. And was very impressive on that McCree.
Cola is the official refreshment of the Overwatch League.
So we are heading into map 3. Joey, King's Row maybe not so friendly to the Justice as much as I would have liked it. Again, it's still early. This team is still coming together. Again, they've only been together for a few months. A lot of time that still needs to go by to build that team chemistry. But we are seeing those flashes of brilliance. This is a very star-studded team. We said it before, Assassin and Mag, the rookies on this team, coming over from the Korean contender scene, are just absolutely popping off. Decay is a stud and a half. This team is definitely capable, but there are a few things that they need to work on. So we are seeing those improvements here and there. So it's not going to be a clean 3-0 sweep, but we will send it over to Havana as well for map 4, the escort map. Again, struggling on the escort phase of King's Row. We'll see if the Justice are able to figure things out here on Havana as well. So we head.
Yeah, I don't think the Justice struggled too much as far as the escorting goes. Yes, they didn't get it very far, but it also took a very long time for them to capture that first point. Here on Havana, you don't have to worry about capturing. You just escort right from the start. So I think that could allow the Justice to get rolling a little bit quicker than we saw on the last map. Again, the McCree for Boston being a huge difference maker. I think they'll probably have a little bit more of an answer to that as well coming into this one.
Absolutely. So it is 2-1 in the series, and we'll use this quick break to remind you of the upcoming co-stream tomorrow right here on the Washington Justice YouTube channel. Make sure you tune in tomorrow, Friday the 30th, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. The Washington Justice will look to close out week 3 against the Toronto Defiant. hopefully by then they've already secured their spot in the May Melee, and they can do that by closing out today's series against Boston. In Houston, the only team so far in the West to have secured their spot. Vancouver, the only team to have been officially eliminated as of right now.
Yeah, sorry, Titans fans, you will not be making it, but us Justice fans, we're looking pretty good heading into May Melee. We did drop one map here, John, but as you said, the Justice still have that opportunity to close this one out 3-1. Heading over to Havana, I don't believe we've seen them play on Havana yet this season, if I'm correct. So overall, it'll be a little bit of a new map. Again, the lineup being new, we do have a rookie and Mag being the main tank. We have a rookie and Assassin coming in as DPS here and there. So overall, this roster still gelling, still working out the different kinks amongst one another. But at least through the first two, I'll say through week 2, as well as the beginning of week 3 here, they're looking pretty darn strong together.
Absolutely. So moving into map 4 now. And yes, chat, we're watching. We're watching you. It's hard to talk and type at the same time, but we see you typing away in there. Yes, let's get some more viewers in here. Be absolutely fantastic. We give them a little taste of justice here on the co-stream. Maybe I say a sip of justice. Who knows? But that will all be here as well. Washington Justice family, thank you so much for tuning in. Again, my name Fiasco alongside Courtside King. It is an honor to be here with everyone today. Joey, a little bit of an early day for us casting-wise. We were both at work prior to today's stream, so I had to rush home to get everything ready, good to go here. But as we're 20 seconds away from map 4, we are happy to be here with the rest of the Washington Justice family, cheering the boys on to possibly a 3-0 start here to open up the Overwatch League season going into the May Melee.
Yeah, absolutely. A possible 3-0 start, but also this team is going to be one to watch all season long, Justice fans. Again, 2 of the best tanks potentially in the Overwatch League here. Fury absolutely popping off as an off-tank. Mag looking like a potential Rookie of the Year. On the DPS side, we have 4 very strong DPS. The supports have been showing up. Bebe with some amazing ult usage last week. This team just in general, again, they're still gelling. They're still getting stuff going. Already 2-0. One of those wins up against a Dallas Fuel team that a lot of people are putting up right around their top 5 in the overall rankings. This Justice team is going to be one to watch this season.
Absolutely. And if you want to learn more about the Justice players at the end of every series, if the Justice win, we will be getting a player on for the post-match conference, post-conference match, or press conference. There we go. Words are difficult today. Post-match press conference will have a player on. Today, we have been informed it's either going to be Jerry or Bebe joining us after the game. Again, if it is Jerry, of course we're going to be asking about what it's like going up against his former team, the Boston Uprising today. But Bebe, again, on that back support line for the Justice, a lot of people, a lot of critics being critical of our support line, but so far they've been popping off again on those strongholds like we saw last week on Hanamura. We'll bring it up once again. When Pre came on the post-match show as well, couldn't sing the praises enough of this support line. So if it is Bebe, we'll ask about those critics as well, and also in regards to that team chemistry coming along for this Washington Justice team. So definitely stick around for after the match as well.
Yeah, just a little bit of stats coming out there for him. 9,000 damage, I believe is what that said. Absolutely improbable. When you had that McCree just popping off again, that was the difference maker for me in that last map. The fact that Boston played around it so effectively, it looked like a number of times the M was going to go down and then just finding ways to pull a kill. Maybe it was just an equal trade, but in the end, finding that trade was crucial. And allowed the Justice, or rather did not allow the Justice to push very effectively on that cart, and it made them struggle quite a bit for that first capture as well. Now we get the reset though, John, a little mental reset as well as a map reset heading into Havana, getting ready to load in here now. I like the Justice's chances a lot better on this one.
Yeah, and if by any means, if there was any pressure about the Justice trying to hold Boston to that map winless streak, all that's now gone. They've won a map. Congratulations, Christmas came early. Christmas came on April 29th for you, Boston. Congratulations. You won a map, but you're not going to win the next one in Havana. The Justice will be taking this one down. They will be looking to close out the series and looking to secure their spot in the May Melee, but that will all happen if they're able to close out Havana. Beautiful, beautiful Havana. Joey, have you ever been to Cuba?
I have not. No, I have not made the trip out there, except in Overwatch. I've played quite a bit on Havana there, but not actually making it out to Cuba myself.
One day, go down to Cuba, see if we can push a cart down there. See if we can make it all the way through the distillery and everything. The Justice will start out on defense first. Boston will push the cart on offense.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Assassin staying in as well. For Havana, no subs coming on the side of the Justice. It's Mag flexing there a little bit on the Reinhardt. Taking a peek in through that window. Now Boston will come out from the side door looking to push that cart. The Justice trying to hold on to that high ground. Using that gas station to their advantage. Mag swinging that hammer, but it's going to get dropped. Both immortality fields destroyed for both sides. Boston's coming out strong. It's Faith and M picking up kills there as well. The McCree, pardon me, popping off once again. The Justice will have to reset. Boston looking so far so good for Boston, pushing it up the hill going into that initial turn.
Yeah, Boston with a little bit of a strong start there. 3 minutes left on this clock to keep up pushing, but everyone on the Justice back up. Those ult meters are slowly charging their way up for both sides. We'll see what the stand looks like here. Boston a little bit ahead as far as ult meter charges go.
Now Stan with the ult catches several members of the Justice. Picks up some solid kills there on that Ryan ult. The Justice are going to have to reset as that is a team kill for Boston. That cart will continue to push towards the first checkpoint.
Yeah, Boston looking really strong so far. Keep a look at some of the ultimates, though. We do have Mag at 88%, getting up close to that Reinhardt ult. Bebe has the Baptiste ult up, and May getting close as well at 87%.
Bebe and Closer doing everything they can to keep their teammates alive. Healing from a safe position is Bebe on Baptiste. Boston coming up from the left side. We're going to push up onto that high ground. Closer on top of the tanks, shooting down from above and healing at the same time. Mag is ready with the ult. Top off the heels and looking for a way to drop down to catch Boston. Sigma ult comes out for Boston. Blizzard as well. There's the Justice Decay picking up a kill, taking down the Immortality Shield as well. Justice have a chance.
Justice definitely have a chance. That was also the Deadeye coming out from Boston's McCree with M. So that's a big ulti down. One that they use very effectively on King's Row, now not available for quite a while. He's only at 7% charge.
Mag holding that quarter for the rest of the Justice team. Decay sending the Dragons out. Decay picking off Lucio. Faith will drop for Boston. Mag will take down Stand as well. So far, a solid hold there inside of the warehouse here on Havana for the Washington Justice.
And we have Fury with a Diva ult up too, so that's going to be a big one coming out here. Mag getting close as well at 75%. Assassin charging up as well, right around 70 as Bebe too. So a couple ults getting close on Boston, but a lot of great defensive ults for the side of the Justice to use as well.
The self-destruct coming out. Bebe taking out Myung. And again, trading kills left and right, both teams. The Justice are looking to hold on. Punk on Sigma from above. Trying to put more pressure, though, around that corner once again after the car got pushed back. Boston with just under 3 minutes to go. They're approaching point 2. Justice look to hold that last turn. The Sigma ult coming out for Punk will slam several down, but the Immortality Field is there. Mag again waiting to use that ult, looking to catch several players on Boston off guard. Deadeye out for M. Stuck behind that wall. Won't get a shot off, but Valentine gets one kill. Dragon's out. Stan picking up the kill on Assassin. It's Fury in Little Diva mode. Won't last long. Punk will finish him off. Through the last turns here, going into point 2. Boston able to hold the Justice off the cart fairly well. The Justice will make one last stand here on the second point before they possibly get there, playing in the high ground.
It's going to be close. It looks like they did get the contest to come out at least to start things off.
Sound barrier out. Pretty much nullify the ult from Doomfist. Decay will take Valentine out. Stan takes down Bebe's Immortality Field. Bebe doing everything to keep everyone alive possible. Decay from above has the ult. We'll look for the right time to play it. Decay, Bebe, and Mag all popping heads, and they will hold just with meters to go. They're on point 2. A solid defensive stand for the Justice.
Yeah, really good holds on those ults, too. Sometimes you see players pressured a little bit to use them there. You're up against the wall, 1 minute left. It looks like you could end up getting wiped. They held it together. Good, effective communication allowed Mag and Decay to hold on to ults there. Now they have them up for this last defense.
Boston's looking to come around from the high ground. The May wall is out. We'll slow him down just a bit. A beautiful Rhine ult. A double Dragons combo on top of it, too, but the Immortality Field was placed down for Boston. Deadeye will catch Fury. The Blizzard is out for Assassin. The Justice looking to hold strong. Assassin picks up a double kill. And M on McCree once again will start to push that cart. Fury looks like he'll back off. It is contested, only 1.38 to go. The Justice making a last-second stand here on the second point. And it won't be enough. But that only leaves under 130 to go here to push it the rest of the way. The Justice will go ahead and reset. As time now not on the side of Boston, they'll have a hard time getting it all the way to the end of the map.
Yeah, Justice not able to hold that point completely, but they did push them into overtime. And like you said, John, that does leave them quite favorable as far as time goes. Boston only about a minute left to play this one out.
Baptiste ult is out, looking to catch one. Mag will, with assistance of that May wall, will take another one out. Mag with the double kill, the triple kill for Mag. Swing that hammer, Mag. Let them know you're here in the Overwatch League.
Absolutely. It is hammer time with Mag on this Reinhardt. Big kills coming out there and a huge push as well. Now only 35 seconds left for Boston to work with to keep this payload moving.
Would not want to be on the receiving end of Mag's hammer. Dragons coming out, bullying Boston back. Under 30 seconds to go. The Doomfist comes in looking to dive that back line. It's Mag picking up a double kill, a triple kill again. Fury picking up another one. And Boston is stuck in their spawn. And Mag is just dominating Boston right now.
Huge trust as a team as well here. Spawn camping like that can either be super effective or end up being really bad for your team. In this case, everyone trusting one another. Mag able to push up effectively. Fury's ult coming out there. They have to hold one more time, though.
Boston scrambling. Mag's ult once again. Catches the enemy Reinhardt. But he will drop Fury. Baby Decay all picking up kills as well. Decay with the double kill. Just Faith is the last one standing for Boston, and they will be walled off. All the ultis going into their spawn, and the Justice will hold after point 2 going to Boston. Now the Justice know how far they have to push the cart. What a fight. What a performance by Mag, holding the cart in position after point 2 being picked up by Boston and just keeping them in spawn. Boston couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah, Mag, super effective there, getting the job done on this Reinhardt pick, but also credit to the support. Closer and Bebe coming out huge so far, finding ways to find heals that really you don't see very often. You see the health bar just ticking down so close to just going back to the spawn, and they just find a way to get the heals off. Super effective there. A great hold from the Justice, not allowing that third point to be ticked up. We'll see how they do here on the aggressive side of offensive. Mag looks like he's going to stick with that Reinhardt as well.
All right, Justice fans, the team needs your energy. Let's hear it in chat. Will the Justice be able to finish this off here in Havana? We know exactly how far we have to get it. 2 points and then 34.93 meters after that. Will seal the deal and will seal a position in the May Melee. Washington Justice, 4th overall in the power rankings, showing why they are worthy of that ranking. It's always nice when a supercomputer gives you a little heads up there as well. A little acknowledgement.
Yeah, I'm not super happy with Watson. I believe he rated us a little bit low to start off the season, if I remember correctly, but now correcting things as the supercomputer does. We've been calling it for quite a while, though, that this team is definitely one to watch. I'm glad Watson has decided to join us in that as well.
Justice coming out from that side door. The May wall from Valentine. Will hold them back. Again, that's one thing I've noticed with this Boston team is defense is definitely something that they specialize on. They're very aggressive, and a lot of teams get caught off guard. The Justice will have to make some changes here, but you have to give credit where credit's due. Boston on defense is a very tough team.
Yeah, they almost run like a little bit of a death ball style. They just all kind of group up and they just push very effectively in defensive zones. If the Justice can make it out here and get into a little bit more open territory, I think they definitely get the advantage, though.
Bebe looking to pop off on Baptiste as well. Immortality Field is down. Healing the team. Keeping May alive. Fury Mag and Assassin all dropping. Youngbong on the Baptiste for Boston, picking up the triple kill. Justice waiting to regroup as a team. The double shield coming out. The Deadeye out for M. Takes out Bebe, looking to pick up another kill. Stan now closer in Decay, taking down Stan and Faith for Boston. Decay picking up the double kill, trying to make it work for the Justice. They may have cracked that defensive line. They have, and it's time to push a cart.
That's what I'm talking about. Once you take down the McCree, it seems like things get ultimately easier for this Justice side. Stand 1 playing very effective as well. Punk, Meow, and Bong. Overall, Boston's playing well on the defensive side, but once the McCree goes down, it seems like things just definitely change. The DPS not quite there as much anymore, as that McCree has just been popping heads all series long.
Justice looking to push up towards that first point. That was perfectly timed. The Blizzard coming out, freezing. Stand in place after using his ultimate. Now Mag in trouble, will get dropped by Valentine. Boston looking to hold that position on that cart around that first corner. Just over a minute left for the Justice to try to reach that first point.
And we do have M's ult back up on McCree, so that's going to be one to watch out for here for the Justice. You're going to have to use your shields very effectively. Looks like a Baptiste ult coming out here from Bebe.
They're going to play that angle, trying to break down those shields, allowing the rest of the team to put that damage onto Boston. The Deadeye is out again, doesn't catch anyone. Shields coming out for both sides. The cart is slowly making its way. One more team fight should do it for the Justice. They need to hold on. Stan has his ultimate backup as well. The Dragons come out for Decay, looking to push Boston back off. And there it is. It catches 2. The ult from Stand. Fury
Big
looking to
plays
do
there
some
coming out
work.
from Fury.
Just popping off, and that will be enough to get there. A great ultimate from Fury, picking up the double kill as well, was enough damage to put on to Boston to force them off the point. Now they'll have 2.5 minutes to make it through the refinery. The Justice could possibly close it out here on map 4.
Absolutely. You're starting to see some of those ults pop up as well. Bebe with his ults already back up. Assassin has the ult back up. 54% there on Decay.
Justice looking to hold onto that high ground by the bridge. Boston looking to try not get caught in that small corridor. Decay dropping down, but get taken out by Valentine, picking up the double kill. Taking out Decay and Assassin.
Yeah, good initial push coming out there from the Justice, getting about a halfway to that second point. It's going to roll back a little bit here, but they should have some time to reset. 140 left to go here. Still a ways to push, again, about halfway, but a lot of those ultimates coming up to assist with that push.
$130 to go for the Justice. They need to get to that second point. And M with Deadeye once again. Joey, it feels like every fight he has it up. Just waiting for the time to use it, waiting for those shields to go down. The Justice will hold the shields up, looking to get around the side. And the May wall comes up, beautifully placed. Protecting the team as Assassin. Perfectly placed May wall. And a Blizzard comes out. Knocking everyone around once again. Fury picking up the quad kill. And it's a team wipe for Boston. And that cart is going to get some distance now.
Fury coming huge there. Beautiful ult coming out from his Sigma, really setting up that play, allowing for that wipe to come through. On the side of Boston, they only have one ultimate up here to work with, and that is the Reinhardt ultimate. The other one's going to take a little bit of time to tick up as the Justice move closer and closer to closing this payload out.
The Justice will have 3 ults in this fight. The Hanzo ult comes out along with the Blizzard. They try to pair it up. They're catching Boston off. It's Assassin. Baby, everyone's popping off for the Justice. The cart will make it to point B.
It's a party here in DC and a party in Havana. The Justice capping that one off. 138 left to work with. Now, Boston did have a similar time when they got out here, and the Justice were able to shut them down. For the Justice, they need to come out here, be more effective than Boston was. Find ways to use those ultimates. We do have one up on Bebe already. That's good for poking. You do have a couple others getting close to 50% charge, so a little bit of time to work with here on the Justice side.
One player back on the cart, slowly pushing. The rest of the team has pushed up against Boston. They need to stay alive, otherwise Boston could do what they did, what the Justice did to them. They're trying to put that damage out quick. The cart is continuing to push. Boston starting to push the Justice back a little bit. That's so close to capping Havana off for the Justice. So they're looking to stay alive. They're going to split the team up just a bit, waiting for them to regroup. They're going to play back towards the cart. Boston looking to try to hold. And then the Justice, a beautiful Sigma ult. The Dragons come out as well. Decay picks up 1. It's pushing Boston back. Less than 2 meters to go. And Mag knocking heads once again. Assassin and Decay picking up kills. It is so close. The Blizzard is out, and that will seal it for the Washington Justice. 3-1 your final series, and the Justice have secured their position in the May Melee.
Now, I don't know if you guys caught this, but Boston made a huge mistake there, and Justice made an amazing play. So when you're falling back, when you're retreating like that, you saw Fury go into the refinery once again. On the side of Boston, when that happened, they pushed all the way back to spawn. They allowed the Justice to spawn camp them. For the side of the Justice, they peeled them off. They split the side of Boston, did not allow them to spawn camp, and because of that, they were able to converge back onto that point and finish it off.
What a thrilling way to end it on Havana. Strong defensive performance from the Justice. Sticks Boston back in their spawn for an eternity. And then Washington just steamrolls Boston on the offensive end. It took them a little bit to get going there on point A. But sure enough, they were able to get things going. The Justice will move to 3-0 on the season. So we'll go ahead and throw it back. Joey, 3-1 the final score against Boston. I mean, a lot of people were thinking this one might have been a 3-0 sweep. One of the reasons why I don't like giving predictions anymore is I feel like I jinx them. But it was definitely one that a lot of people saw the Justice winning, but the question was, will it be a 3-0? 3-1, I'll still take it. They've only dropped 3 maps all season. Their map differential now is 9 map wins, 3 map losses. That's still a solid performance rate there as well. So early season, 3-0 for the Washington Justice. They have now secured their spot in the May Melee. Now they're going to be fighting for positioning, looking to get that second seed overall in the West. And Joey, again, Mag, I can't talk enough about the rookie. Just absolutely popped off here on map 4 in Havana. Almost single-handedly held Boston back in their spawn, just swinging that hammer, letting everyone know his name. It was very, very impressive here. We'll go ahead and throw it back as Mag has been named as the player of the game here against Boston. His Winston is incredible. Like you said, Joey, known for his Winston, but his Reinhardt was very good. I think Boston would have to agree with us as well.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Mag, phenomenal player. Coming in, again, has that potential to be Rookie of the Year as well. Coming out, showing us how effective he can be on multiple champions in this series, or heroes rather. The Reinhardt looking very good, but also credit to Fury. His Sigma was on fire this series as well. Very strong defense there on Volskaya. Then coming over to Havana, and again, that turn right at the end was a huge difference maker, allowing the Justice to get back on that payload. Really, really good, effective plays by this team. And the communication, again, we don't hear it on our side. The people watching the mainstream don't hear it either. But the communication on this team seems very effective in a lot of their rotations. And that's just going to get better and better as the season goes on.
Absolutely. So as this series comes to an end, just remember we do have the post-match press conference as well. We'll find out which player exactly will be joining us, whether it will be Jerry or whether it will be Bebe. We'll find out here from our friends at the downtown headquarters.
It is going to be Jerry.
It's going to be Jerry. Okay. You saw that notice. I did not see it as of yet, but I did see that we are having a co-stream again tomorrow on the 30th. So that'll be the next time the Justice are in action as they look to close out week 3. Perfect, with a 2-0 record coming into week 3. They're now 3-0, looking to close it out as 4-0. They can do that tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Join us here on the Washington Justice YouTube channel. And if you have not already done so, press, slap, poke, hit, whatever you want to do to that sub button. Just make sure you hit sub so you'll be in the know for all the Washington Justice amazing content they put out here on the channel as well. So, Joey, so far so good. I am so excited. We're seeing this team, they are making mistakes here and there, but you're seeing them learn and grow from those mistakes as a team overall. Very, very exciting stuff from this young roster. Again, featuring 2 rookies in Assassin and Mag. Again, just absolutely popping off. A solid DPS line, solid tank line. The heals are proving everybody wrong as well. This team is really making people nervous in the Overwatch League.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, we've touched on the depth. We've touched on the talent, the tank line being so effective for this team. And again, it's just going to get better, Justice fans. Justice is served now. We're 3-0, but Justice is going to continue to get served all season long as this team continues to mesh together. It's going to be a very fun one to watch and feeling pretty darn good going into that May Melee tournament.
All right, Justice fans, we're going to throw it to a very quick break. We'll go ahead and get that press conference set up. And Joe, you said it was Jerry joining us, correct?
It is going to be Jerry, yep.
It is going to be Jerry, the man, the myth, the legend, the fan favorite Jerry will be joining us here on the post-match press conference. So stay tuned for that. We'll throw it to a quick break. We'll be right back with Jerry. welcome back, everyone, to the post-match press conference. We are joined by Jerry. First off, Jerry, congratulations, your Washington Justice 3-0 to start the season after taking down your former team in the Boston Uprising.
네, 제리 선수 먼저 정말 축하드려요. 저희 이번 시즌 지금 3대 0으로 지금 시작하고 있는데 친정팀인 보스턴을 꺾으신 거 정말 축하드립니다.
정말 감사합니다. 제가 리그에서 이제 보스턴에서 워싱턴으로 옮겼을 때의 첫 번째 목표가 보스턴을 만나면 이기는 거였는데 그 목표를 이뤄서 정말 행복한 것 같아요.
Yeah, thank you so much. Well, when I my first goal when I joined the league, and then when I moved a team from Boston to Washington, my first major goal was when I face against Boston again. Then yeah, I wanted to really beat Boston, and then I think I achieved my goal.
Absolutely, you definitely did. So that actually answers one of my questions. You were obviously looking forward to this match. Like you had this one circled on your calendar. What did it feel like to go up against your old team? And especially what did it feel like to beat your old team, especially in a dominating fashion 3-1?
사실 그게 제가 하고 싶었던 질문 중 하나였는데요. 어떠셨나요? 이번 경기 보스턴을 이제 이렇게 꺾고 친정팀인 보스턴을 꺾고 또 이번에 3대 1로 정말 무자비하게 그렇게 이기셨잖아요. 어떠셨나요?
솔직히 제 개인적인 목표는 3대 0이었는데 일단 1점을 줘서 되게 아쉽고요. 일단 제가 리그에 와서 이렇게 3연승을 한 것도 처음이고 이렇게 주목을 많이 받는 것도 처음이라 되게 긴장되는 것도 있는데 기분은 정말 좋아요.
Well, to be honest, my personal goal was having 3-0 score, and then I'm a bit disappointed and sad that I dropped a single map. Yeah, that's a shame. But also, this is my first time on the league. This is my first time like getting a lot of attention like this, and having a winning 3 in a row. So I'm a bit nervous, but I feel really great.
Well, just know the Justice fans have your back. No need to be nervous. We are here to support you. Just a quick question here for your match today against Boston. They seem to have a very strong defense that kind of held the Justice back a little bit. My question for you was, what was the key to break Boston's strong defense, especially on those initial points on Kings Row and Havana?
정말 말씀하신 것처럼 많이 떨리셨을 것 같은데 이번 보스턴과의 경기에서 특히나 킹스로랑 왕의 길이랑 또 하바나에서 수비를 할 때 어려웠던 거나 뭐 어떠셨나요?
일단 두 맵을 다 제가 뛴 게 아니라서 일단 심리적으로는 일단 제가 만약에 경기를 뛰었을 때를 생각해 봤으면 일단 심리적 압박감이 엄청 컸을 것 같고 그리고 저희가 공격이든 수비든 뭔가 다 한 틱 차이로 이겼다고 생각을 해서 되게 아슬아슬하게 보스턴전을 했었던 것 같아요.
Well, I didn't actually play those two maps, but when I think like this, if I were on those two maps, and yeah, I would get really frustrated and I would get a lot of pressure on it from that. But whether to play attack or defense, both those maps were close, very, very close.
Absolutely. We also know the Washington Justice roster is stacked with talent and depth. Do you feel that having 4 talented DPS players gives your roster an advantage over other teams in the league?
정말 워싱턴 저스티스의 이름을 날리고 또 유명한 그 재능 있는 선수들이 많은데요. 저희 팀에 워싱턴 저스티스에 4명의 딜러 선수가 있잖아요. 어떻게 4명의 딜러 선수가 있는 게 다른 팀에 비교해서 저희가 좀 장점이 있다고 생각하시나요?
이게 솔직히 이게 개개인의 챔프 폭이 저는 다 다르다고 생각을 하고 이제 서로 잘 다룰 줄 아는 영웅에서는 제가 중간 이상을 넘게 잘한다고 생각을 하기 때문에 이게 어떻게 조커픽으로 사용될 수도 있고 아니면은 좀 이렇게 상대방에게 좀 문제를 제시할 수 있게 되는 약간 그런 로스터도 만들 수 있어서 네 명을 다 같이 쓰면은 엄청 좋은 시너지가 날 것 같아요.
Well, to be honest, individually and like on our roster, we have a big hero pool. So and everybody plays a different champion. So we complement each other, and some specific champions like I'm good at, then I think my level to play the champion, I think I'm above the level. I'm good at playing some specific champions. So I think it will threaten enemy teams as well. We can make some troubles, and we can arise some problems. They'll feel like so. If we utilize those our 4 DPS players, then I think we can make good synergy.
Absolutely. It definitely seems like an advantage from this side as well. Speaking of one of those other DPS players, how do you feel Assassin's Overwatch League debut has been through the first 3 matches?
저희가 생각하기에도 딜러들 선수분들이 정말 잘해주실 거라고 생각하는데 그 중에서도 어쌔신 선수가 이번에 데뷔를 했잖아요. 이번에 3경기를 뛰었는데 어쌔신 선수를 어떻게 평가하시나요? 어떻게 바라보시나요?
일단 어쌔신 선수 같은 경우에는 일단 성격도 엄청 좋고 그리고 나이가 어린데도 불구하고 되게 생각이 깊고 그리고 게임에 들어가서는 이제 되게 똑똑하게 플레이를 한다고 생각을 해요. 그리고 영웅폭도 굉장히 넓고 전 지금보다 더 성장할 선수라고 뭔가 자부할 수 있을 정도로 엄청 대단한 선수라고 생각해요.
Well, yeah, Assassin, he's a real great player, and his personality is really good. And even though he's really young, but his mindset and his in-game knowledge, he has a very deep in-game knowledge, and then he plays really smart. So and then also he has a big hero pool. I'm proud of him, and I'm really sure that he can improve a lot over time, and I think he's a great player.
Absolutely. And Jerry, we don't want to keep you too long, so we're just going to wrap it up with one last question. You mentioned you were a little nervous because of all those expectations on there. Again, I just want to remind you that you have the entire Washington Justice family here to support you. Do you have anything you would like to say to the fans all over the world tuning in to cheer you and the Washington Justice on?
방금 이제 말씀해 주신 거 잘 들었고 저희가 데이드님을 너무 많이 오랫동안 붙잡아두지 않고 싶어서 마지막 질문을 그럼 드리겠습니다. 이번에 경기로 인해서 정말 많은 분들이 기대를 하고 계시고 또 여러 세계 각국에서 팬분들이 워싱턴 저스티스 그리고 제리 선수를 응원해주고 계신데 마지막으로 하시고 싶은 말씀 있으신가요?
일단 지금 저희 팀원들이 다 전에도 이렇게 유명했던 선수들이고 되게 잘하는 선수들에다가 코치님들도 능력 있으신 분들만 계셔서 아마 팬분들이 더 기대를 하셔도 될 것 같고 저희 팀은 이제 제2의 샌프란시스코 쇼크가 될 수 있도록 노력 많이 하겠습니다. 응원해 주셔서 정말 감사합니다.
You guys know that we have famous players and they've been playing really well, and our coaches also, they are really knowledgeable and talented, and I hope we look forward to hearing more support from our fans, and please keep cheering us, and I think we can be a different version of San Francisco Shock. So thank you so much.
All right, Jerry, thank you so much for joining us here on the post-match press conference. We'll let you get back to the rest of your teammates, and hopefully we will talk to you soon after another Justice victory.
다음 저스티스 승리하시면 또 인터뷰 해주시면 감사하겠고 그러면 또 승리 소식 기다리고 있겠습니다.
Okay, appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And Justice fans, just a reminder, our next official co-stream as the Justice look to advance to 4-0 on the season will be tomorrow on the 30th at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on the Washington Justice YouTube channel. Well, Joey, that is going to do it for today's cast. Jerry, fantastic interview. I know we had to wait a little bit longer for him because Blizzard, well, obviously Blizzard has dibs first. It's fine. We had to wait for him, but what a fantastic interview. I know exactly why he's a fan favorite. Just an incredible player, an incredible person. Everyone just absolutely loves him. So I was absolutely excited we could have him on the post-game show, especially after defeating his former team, the Boston Uprising.
Yeah, absolutely. We've been blessed with so many great interviews. Pre on here earlier, Closer as well. Now Jerry. Henny has done a fantastic job translating as well, connecting that communication. The Washington Justice team, skilled, amazing. The ability to bring that knowledge to the fans as well is just fantastic.
Absolutely. So that will do it for tonight's stream. Go home, play Overwatch, hydrate, get ready to go because tomorrow we are back at it again, 6 p.m. right here on the Washington Justice YouTube channel. On behalf of Courtside King, my name is Fiasco. We will catch you all tomorrow. Have a great night.